it's time to check the Azure SQL Database in Azure Architect series. And let's see what all offerings we have from Azure. Okay, so first of all, let's try understand what Azure SQL Database is. Then we'll check what all databases that we can opt for. Okay, so I'm not talking about installing the SQL inside the VM, that is IaaS deployment model, because it is just like on premises and it is not a resource in the Azure, but you're installing it inside the VM. Or you can opt for the image which are already present in the marketplace where SQL database is already inside the image. I'm not talking about that SQL option. Here we are talking about Azure SQL Database. So in order to save time, I have already created uh, a little flowchart for you guys to make more sense out of it. And these mind maps actually help to make more sense out of the huge documentation. All right, guys, my name is Arun, and let's get started. So Azure SQL Database is relational database, like we have RDS in AWS, if you guys are coming from the AWS background. Okay, and Azure SQL Database is a PaaS offering. I have mentioned it somewhere. Yeah, right here. It is fully managed PaaS offering. It's a PaaS service. That means a lot of manual work which is used for the maintenance is taken care by the Microsoft from the backend, and you guys are not involved. As I mentioned, upgrading, patching, backups, and monitoring all taken care by Azure without user involvement. That means your support, or your involvement. You would not even have the access to the backend machines. Okay, it's a PaaS offering. So Azure SQL Database is a general purpose relational database provided as a managed service, platform as a service. Okay, and on this Azure SQL Database, because it's a PaaS offering, you are not installing the SQL anywhere. So the SQL that you would have on this is always latest stable version of MS SQL Database Engine. Okay, and you will always get the newest SQL Server capabilities in Azure SQL Database PaaS offering. Before it goes anywhere, the latest version, you will find it here without any kind of upgrade or any kind of maintenance. You would always have here in PaaS offering, then it goes to the IS, always in the PaaS first. Okay, so that part is done, that part is done, and Azure SQL Database has built-in high availability and backups uh, capability. So it provides 99.99% of availability for you guys. Okay, that's its SLA. So these are the few things, a little overview or understanding what Azure SQL Database is. If somebody asks you what is Azure SQL Database, you can talk about the PaaS offering. You can talk about what PaaS offering is. Like, you need not to get involved in the patching, upgrading, or any kind of maintenance. It is all taken care of. It has the built-in high availability, backup option provides 99.99% of availability, and database engine is always latest and stable, and it is a relational database. All right, cool. So now it has other features as well. This is all about a basic understanding of Azure SQL Database. Now let's try to understand the hardcore wonderful features which has been attached or associated with this platform as a service. Okay, so what are those? The very first is business continuity. Azure SQL Database enables your business to continue operating in the face of disruption, particularly to its computing infrastructure. You need not to worry about setting up a disaster recovery plan. It has an inbuilt business continuity option for you guys. Okay. All right. Next one is automa. I need to be back. Just give me a minute. Somebody's on the door. I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry for the pause, but there was somebody that I have to. All right, so we were talking about the features provided by Azure SQL Database. First is the business continuity. Uh, Azure SQL Database has inbuilt capability for the continuity of your business. Okay, Azure SQL Database will handle the disruptive events that might happen in the cloud environment and keep your applications and business process running. Then it has the automated backups. So Azure SQL DB automatically creates database backups and uses Azure Read Access Geo-Redundant Storage RAGRS to provide geo-redundancy. You can opt for that option as well. You do have a geo replication. Azure SQL DB enables you to create readable replicas of your database in the same or a different region. You can opt for this option whenever there is a high IO demand on your primary instance. So you can create a secondary and divert all the read data there, maybe in the same or maybe in a different region. So that capability is also there. It has the scaled resources that enables you to easily add more resources, CPU, memory, storage, without long provisioning of the machines and the different resources. You can easily scale, and you can opt for the long-term backups up to 10 years. These are some additional features. There are so many other features we cannot cover each and everything in a single video, but this is the AZ300 series, and we'll try to make maximum out of it. And for remainings, I will share the documentation in the description box from where you can dig a little deeper if you want to. Okay, now let's talk about the deployment model of Azure SQL Database. So in general, we have three deployment model of Azure SQL Database. Okay, Azure SQL Database you can deploy as a single database or elastic pool or managed instances. Okay, so there are like three ways you can deploy Azure SQL Database. Let's try understand each one of them in a very brief. So single database is fully managed isolated database, and this is the best option for modern cloud application and microservices. It is more like a contained database. That means it is totally isolated from other databases. Okay, so this is the single database that you can opt for. Then you have Elastic Pool. Elastic Pool is a collection of single databases with a shared set of resources such as CPU or memory. And a single database can be moved in or out of the Elastic Pool. That can be done. The movement is allowed. You can get into the Elastic Pool, you can get out of the Elastic Pool and act as a single database. Then you have another resource managed instance. You can deploy it as a managed instance, which is fully almost 100% compatible with the on-premises SQL. And whenever you want to migrate your Azure SQL, oh, sorry, not Azure, but the on-prem SQL into the Azure with PaaS services, this is the best option if you're not looking for any kind of changes. This has maximum compatibility with the on-prem. We will cover the part like which SQL option should I choose in the Azure migration series. You can check that out. It is not prepared yet, but we will maybe next week. So managed instance is fully managed instance of MS SQL database engine. It contains a set of databases that can be used together. All right. So we got these three deployment for Azure SQL databases, and these are the little difference. And everything would fall in place once we start doing the demonstration, so don't worry. For now, we're just getting the feel of Azure SQL database. We're just trying to understand what it is, what are the options, what are the pricing model, how it works. And once these things are clear, then when we will do the demonstration, you would be able to connect all the dots and you'll be rolling. Okay, so let's try to talk about the purchasing model now. So we got three types of purchasing model here: the vCore based, the DTU based, and the serverless. Okay, so vCore lets you choose the number of vCores, the amount of memory, and the amount amount of storage. The vCore based purchasing model also allow you to use hybrid benefit of Azure for SQL Server for sure. Uh, for the cost savings, we have covered a lot of times about the Azure hybrid benefit. For the VM, this is for the SQL Server. So that is the vCore based. DTU is database transaction unit, which is the unit created by Microsoft or Azure for the PaaS services. It's a blend of compute, memory, and I/O resources. Okay, you can opt for that purchasing model as well. Then we have serverless model, which automatically scales compute based on workload demand and bills for the amount of compute used per second. All right, so we got three kind of purchasing model. Hope you understand. vCore based, the way we go for the virtual machines code and all. DTU is a unit created by Azure on the basis of blend of compute, memory, and I/O. And this is serverless. Whenever the query runs, it works, else it would be paused, save your money. Now we have one more thing to understand in this video. Seems like it's getting a little bigger. The service tiers. We got three type of service tiers that are designed for different types of applications. We got general purpose or standard, we got business critical and premium and hyperscale. You would be able to understand with the help of names, no need to go into the deep. General purpose is designed for common workloads, just like general purpose virtual machines, okay? General purpose storage, those kind of things. Similarly, general purpose SQL. It offers budget-oriented balanced compute and storage options. Then we have business critical. This is designed for OLTP applications with high transaction rate and lowest latency IOs. It offers the highest resiliency to failures by using several isolated replicas, as it says, premium. Now the hyperscale. It is designed for very large OLTP database and the ability to autoscale storage and scale compute fluidity. Okay, so these are the three different service tiers that you can opt for. Generally, we go for general purpose until it is a business critical or it is a huge databases which required uh, very large scale storage and scale compute. So these are the service tiers. So this is a little overview about the Azure SQL database. We understand what it is, what are the deployment methods, what modules, what are the purchasing modules, what are the service tiers. Hope this would make it would be informative for you guys, and let's meet in another video where we'll try to understand everything with the help of demonstration. Well, thank you for watching and you guys have a good day. Bye bye.